On the second day of Craftmas, Sammy showed me how to make 2 festive headbands. Hey creatives, welcome to week 2 of Craftmas. I am Sammy, says create, and I am turning my crafts and DIY festive so that we can celebrate Craftmas. So last year I spotted this headband online and I wanted it so bad. I looked everywhere to try and find it at a decent cost and I unfortunately could not find it. So I've made it my mission this year that I am going to make some festive headbands and you guys are going to come along with me and hopefully take a little bit of inspiration. So on to the festive tutorial. So I started by creating my festive reindeer headband. So for this you will need a headband. Don't laugh, I used a dog reindeer antler headband because I knew it would be really sturdy in order for it to stay on a dog's head. And the other main important thing that you need is the gold wire. I will list that in the description box down below. I think I just got it off eBay. You will also need a selection of flowers, frosted berries, anything you want that will make your headband a little bit more Christmassy. You will also need some brown felt, maybe if you want to create some little ears. I did just use the leftover of the headband, the reindeer dog headband that I used. I just cut that out, but if you want to get yourself some brown felt you can. And then you just need some twine or some hessian or something just to cover up the headband. And don't forget your glue, so either a glue gun I pretty much used, but I did have my super glue here just in case anything was a little bit bigger and needed something a bit stronger, and just a pair of wire cutters as well just to cut my antlers down to size. The first thing I did was use my strip of hessian that I had and I wrapped it round my headband. So I started with a little bit of glue on one end, stuck it down and just wrapped it slowly and carefully and neatly around the headband just to cover up the white plastic and make it a little bit more rusticy. So now, like I was saying, you could do this with twine, you could do this with ribbon, whatever you want to do it with. So next I cut 2 quite decent lengths of the wire and I moulded these into little antler shapes. So I tried to keep these as symmetrical as possible, one going one way and one going the other way. So annoyingly I didn't film the next bit, but I simply wrapped around the ends of the wire around the headband and just made sure that the end bit was kind of tucked in at the top, not where your head would go, if that makes sense. Next I created the little ears for my headband, so if you don't want ears you don't need to have them, it's not kind of like a major thing of this, but if you want some ears this is where your brown felt will come in handy. This is what I did, I literally just chopped one of the antlers that I already had from my dog headband and I was just going to recycle these because it was loads easier, but you just cut this sort of shape out of your brown felt if that's what you want to do. Then I just pinched the 2 bottom parts of my ear together to give it a bit more of a 3D effect and I glued it in place. I just kind of held it there while it dried and then I stuck the actual ears to the headband just with my glue gun. Then it was just simply a case of using the flowers and the leaves that I'd got just to decorate things, and I didn't go by any template for this, I literally just kind of put things where I thought they looked quite cool, so there is no right or wrong answer for this, just use whatever creativity you need to. So obviously feel free to use this one that I've made as a bit of a template, but you can literally do anything you want with this and put these kind of anywhere. I didn't have issues with glue, so the glue gun did just stick all these down quite well and it seems to have stayed really well, so glue gun should just be fine. So just have a little bit of fun with some festive flower arranging. And this is what my final reindeer headband came out looking like. So for my second headband, the inspiration was Christmas baubles and these pastel colours. So what I needed for this was these pack of baubles, different sizes, different kind of colours that all match the colour scheme. I've got a couple of random decorations like this mistletoe, a blue sparkly bow and these pink confetti swirl type things. The first thing I did is I covered the headband in the same way I did with the previous one. This time I just did it with a thick white ribbon instead, as I thought it would match the decor a little bit better. So again, just using a little bit of glue, wrapping the ribbon around the headband and just putting some little blobs of glue in intervals just to keep it all nice and secure. So the first thing I glued on was the blue sparkly bow and the pink kind of confetti swirls. I wanted these to be the focal point of this headband as kind of a bit of a play off of a normal headband with a little bow on it. So I ended up taking the clip off the confetti swirls and gluing that to the top of the headband. I then just clipped the blue sparkly bow to the confetti swirls, as this was initially like a hair bow. Again, this is just a little bit of inspiration. You don't have to copy this completely or do exactly the same thing that I'm doing, because you're going to really struggle to kind of find exactly the same decorations that I've used. But yeah, just use it as a bit of inspiration and a little bit of a template, and kind of give you a bit of an idea of what to do with your own headband. I then just added a little piece of the mistletoe to what we had already, again just gluing this down with my glue gun. Then I just tried to organise the baubles and kind of stack them on top of each other in a way that looked quite nice but that didn't overdo it. So I think that was the really important thing, is just making sure it wasn't too much. But yeah, this was all trial and error. But again, my glue gun worked really well gluing these all together, so I don't feel like you need any kind of extra strong glue or anything. Make sure you kind of reinforce any gaps there might be and just go over them with a little bit of extra glue. And here is my finished headband. Yeah, okay, it might be a little bit much, but it's Christmas! So I think these headbands came out really, really well. I think they're a little bit different, a little bit more classy than just your typical kind of felt hat. I think they're definitely a lot more classier than that. So I really like them, and I hope you do too. So click up here to go back and check out the first day of Craftmas. Make sure you like, subscribe and hit that bell to be here for week 3. So I will see you guys on the 3rd week of Craftmas. Until then, keep creative. Bye. Have some fun and do some festive. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.